Pick 'em pie, big gun Brian Petrie, giving out the lot. One is mortal, you know it won't miss. Gonna take a shot. Dog lot, that's the underdog. Yeah, they in the hunt. Send them home, let's KO or submission. Yeah, somebody done. Slime ball, yeah, that's the parlay. We gon' make it known. Pick 'em pie from MMA takes. Yeah, let's get it going.
Yeah. Woo! Recap pod. Ain't nothing like a recap pod. What's up with the what's up? Your boy had a busy week last week. 4 shows. 4 or 5 if you count the stupid one I had to redo because of the video issue. Plus a full job. Plus kids. Plus whatever. Right? Your boy had a busy week, but guess what? I'm here on a Sunday. UFC 286 was yesterday during the day. Unbelievable. We took some lumps. The slime ball won. The green hammer lost. Your boy went 7 for 7 on his picks. Christian dusted me in our competition. Had some decent live betting spots in the beginning, and then those kind of faded away. So we're going to get into it. We're going to get into everything. Sorry about the video last week with Christian. Christian and I recorded. Christian, he lives in Colorado. He's 2 hours behind me. He made time. He's got a busy schedule as well, as does his wife, and they made time to record. And then the program I used, just like he had a refresh. Yeah, but listen, if you're listening to this, you've been to Tapology before. I love the website Tapology. When I first started this podcast, I tried to get someone from Tapology to come on the podcast to talk MMA, just because it's a cool website, yada yada. They politely declined, but either way, the ads. What are we doing? Like, I've been on there and they just all randomly play audio. What are we doing, Tapology? What are we doing? So Christian had a refresh. So we lost some portion of his video, and then the audio was unsynced, and then he was super quiet, and we're trying to normalize that. Listen, again, I'm only one man. I can't do all that shit. So I apologize that I had to redo a video, do a quick pick, and then the only video I put out was the co-main event. I apologize. Going to really crack down on the programs I use from now on and try to get, because I got this new camera, these biceps. I mean, they're in high def now. So, I want to look my best, but we're going to iron those out. So thank you. I got a ton of messages. It was warming my heart. Like, hey man, where's the pick 'em at? Audio was up, but people like watching it. Club 1K, you guys came out. I really appreciate that. So my humblest apologies for not getting it out. But while we're talking, before we get to recap, I just had a little bit busy day, been out with the girls. My wife, my beautiful, gorgeous, thoughtful wife, my mother, she's going what she's going through, and she's, as of right now, in the clear. I explained that to you, and we've been trying to, spend more time with her now that she's getting better and all this stuff. My wife went to Trader Joe's yesterday during the fights and got a whole bunch of flowers and made like a flower arrangement for her. We just brought that over there. My mom, chicks and flowers, right? My mom loves sunflowers. Sunflowers are in there, tulips, all that stuff. I don't know any of the other names of the flowers. It was all my wife. I didn't take credit for it. I didn't take credit. That was all her. And my mom was, of course, over the moon for that stuff. So just got back from that. So it's a little late. So I'm good to record. Good to record right now. I'm coming in hot, and I'm coming hot. And I got to get something off my chest. Okay, we're gonna get into all the recaps. We're gonna have a fun show with all the UFC stuff. So for those in the comments, what is it? We're 3 minutes in, whatever. You're probably looking at maybe 6-7 minutes of some MMA talk, because right now your boy's got to get something off his chest. All right, listen. I'm changed. I'm a Hollywood guy now. I'm doing all these shows. I'm on MMA Fighting. I'm on the Vegas Insider Network. I'm on the DraftKings YouTube channel. I'm a changed man, right? I'm Hollywood now, right? Hollywood. Big time guy. Excuse me. So I feel like, since I am Hollywood now and I've sold out, that I'm able to get this off my chest. Now listen, I love every single person that listens and watches the show. It warms my heart. I wouldn't be here without you. I wouldn't be here without John Anik. I got a lot of people to thank, right? It definitely ain't me, right? I can assure you that. But if you are a longtime listener, I know you. If you're a Trin Wolf, if you're a Zach Lawhead, if you're a Timbo Christian, if you're the Friend Brothers, I'm forgetting people off the top of my head. But if you're, someone that's been there since like day one, maybe not even day one, but you listen to every week and you just had a busy week and you go, yo, BP, couldn't listen to the show, can you shoot me the slime ball, right? Can you shoot me your picks, whatever like that? That's fine, right? Because I know you listen, and I know you've had a busy week, and I don't expect you to drop everything to listen to me, right? Tatum Temple's another great point. You know, she's a great listener, still kicking ass on the Bet MMA tips, even though I'm not kicking ass. She's kicking ass. If you send me something like that and you're busy, I get it. But I've been getting so many lately, and this includes my own friends too, personal friends of mine that do this as well. So this isn't just directed at like people I don't know, social media. This is directed at friends of mine as well. I'll get DMs from people going, hey, what's the slime ball on like a Friday, right? And I don't respond because it's like, there's a place you can find that, right? And I don't want to be this asshole that goes, and send them a link to the podcast. So I just ignore them. With my friends, I tell them, hey, fuck you. Go listen to the podcast. Go fast forward to the video. The only gripe that you have is I've been promising chapters in the YouTube video. Haven't been doing that. So that's on me. But when I don't know you and you just started following me and you go, what's the slime ball? It bothers me. And I'll tell you why. Because this isn't something that I just whip together. You know, the camera's $1,000. My board over here, my Rodecaster Pro, $800. This microphone, $400. The computer, $2,000, right? These headphones, $250, right? The sound pads behind me, a lot of money. All the research I put into making the slime ball, all the research I do coming on screen and giving you content. And this is something that I love to do. I feel cheapened if people go, no, I don't want to watch you. Fuck all that, right? Just give me that play that you give out, right? That's how I feel, and that's how I take it. Maybe I'm being too arrogant, right? Again, I'm Hollywood, I've changed. But it's like, I do put a lot of effort into it, and I get paid $0. John Anik pays me a little bit of money to be on the Anik and Florian show, right? I get paid to be on that spot because that's a way bigger show. But I get $0 to sit here and do this. The only thing it's cost me is my time, and I fucking love to do it. I've been in the game for 4 years now. I got over almost 400 episodes in, right? So it's a little insulting when someone goes, what's the slime ball? Or what's your picks? What's your locks? I'm not listening to the podcast. I'm not going to listen. What is it, right? So when people DM me that, you're not going to get a response back because I hate that shit, right? Unless you're a longtime listener and you go, God, dude, sorry, like things slip away or whatever, then 100%. That's a completely different story. But I literally have friends that come up to me and go, what's that slime ball this weekend? And I literally go, listen to the podcast, asshole. That's my response to people I know. People I don't know, you don't get a response. But I had to get that off my chest because I've heard Dog and Pass, which is a great podcast. Paul Shaggs, Cody Safkick, they've kind of talked about it on their podcast as well. Cody will get DMs all the time. It's like, hey, what's the PRP? What's the whatever? And Cody's like, go listen to the podcast. Like, you know, we spend hours doing this. Like, go listen. Like, we're not just doing this, you know, for our benefit so you can cut the line and go, oh, you know, whatever. Because this is something that we put a lot of energy into and a lot of thought and a lot of process, especially me and those guys as well, and plus several other people out there as well that I'm not mentioning. Well, this is a lot of time and effort, right? And then the cap it off, this is nothing to do with that. So that's the end of that. But so there's a MMA podcaster out there who I'm not a huge fan of. I've been accused of not dropping his name. Years ago, I heard there were some rumblings. He was talking shit about me. This is before I got the Anakin Florian gig. He kind of didn't like me and, you know, whatever. We never paid each other respect, whatever it is, right? I think if you're a long-time listener, you know who I'm talking about. If not, he hosts a podcast that, you know, fuck it. Why not? Die Hard MMA podcast. Clint. It's fucking Clint, okay? I'm saying I don't give a fuck. Fuck it, right? I don't know the guy personally. I have no problem with him. I heard through the grapevine years ago when I was just when I just started to get a little bit of a bubble and I started getting some followers from some of the guys on the MMA Twitter, right? And start meeting some people, whatever. Scampreet, you know, meeting him and everything. I heard he said some shit about me. So I said, he's never followed me on Twitter. We never clicked. We never whatever. It's not here or there, right? I've watched the show. I watched him and Scampreet before. You know, it's whatever. People really dig his vibe, whatever. I feel like he's giving out losers. Doesn't matter. Anyway, some guy on Twitter I believe he's from the UK, on Saturday, So I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt is that he is absolutely blitz drunk because either he was at the fights, they're 6 hours ahead of me, they're drinking, whatever. He said, well, I shared this to the boys, so I got to say it to you guys here. The exact tweet. And I didn't respond. I didn't know how to respond, but I was like, this fucking pissed me. Fuck, where's it at? Really? We've had that many conversations since I sent that to him? I guess so. No, there's no way. There's no way. Here it is. Okay. So I tweeted out, man, can't win the close ones, right? Losing all the close ones, which we'll get to. I saw it. And I'm not going to read his Twitter handle. This is on Twitter. You can go read it. But he goes, tell me about it, Clint, man. P.S. Get me on that podcast. Would love to be involved sometime, man. So this guy thinks I'm Clint, which is probably one of the darkest days since I've been doing this. That hurts. That right here, that got me, right? Woo. So I don't know where do we go from here. Where do we go from? Should I try to respond? Should I block the guy? I've promised I never would block anybody. And I get guys that pop up all the time on Twitter commenting, you never train, you're an idiot, you're fat, your kids are going to, they really try to cut to the cord so they can get me to block them. Never going to block anybody. But should I block this guy for thinking I'm Clint? Should I? I think that's a blockable fence. It's either block or I murder you. Two options. So what are we doing here? You know what I mean? All right, UFC 286. Like I said, Christian mopped the floor with me. Yeah, Gaethje. I shared a clip right before I got on here. Yeah, Jack Shore round 2, which was super impressive, which I did not follow. I did not tell. I'm an idiot. He called that like perfect, but he had Gaethje as well. The only thing he missed on Gaethje was send him home. He thought Gaethje was going to, everyone in the world thought that fight was going to end. No one thought it was going to go to decision. There was a guy who DM'd me or tweeted at me that said that he hit Gaethje by decision at like plus 900 or plus 600. Fuck yeah. Huge, sharp move there, brother. I did not see that happening. All right, main event, Leon Edwards versus Kamaru Usman. Let me start by saying this. What the fuck are we doing with Colby Covington, right? Like, what is happening here? He show up, he got $25K to weigh in, right? Which is cool, willing to do that. And Dana said, oh, he gets the next title shot. Why? Because he beat Masvidal? This guy sits out. He presses charges when he gets fucking his tooth knocked out in the streets. Like, what are we doing here? This guy gets a fucking title shot when you got a guy like Bilal? Now, I know I'm in the Bilal camp, kind of. I don't know Bilal personally. I'm the biggest fan of Jason Anick, and they host a show. I've been on his show before. So I'm going to ride for my guy a little bit. But Bilal's won 8 in a row and has fought everyone, is willing to fight anyone. And Colby has turned down Chimaev 4 times. Chimaev came out today and said, I swear to you, this dude turned me down 4 times. He's been sitting out. And then when Leon won, his little fucking tiny dick got rock hard because he's like, oh shit, I don't have to fight Kamaru because he won't get a Kamaru fight. Now he knows he's getting a Leon fight and fucking Dana co-signed it. What are we doing here? Why? Let the guy fight. If he had a win, if he fought a Gilbert Burns, if he fought a Chimaev, if he fought a Shavkat Rakhmonov's a killer, so I'll give him a pass on not fighting him. If he fought a Sean Brady, if he fought a Bilal, if he fought one of these guys, sure, because he's a big name, he's a star, he's going to draw, but what the fuck? And I love the way Leon Edwards handled it too. He's like, why does this guy get to skip the line? Leon Edwards won 11 in a row before he got a shot. This guy, you know what I mean? Title shot, fight old guys, sit out a year, get your teeth knocked out, get a title shot. What? That is baloney. I know there's Colby fans out there. There's Colby boys out there. That is absurd that he's getting a title shot. Crazy. And then my boy Ken Flo texted me today, and the projected early line is Colby a favorite over Edwards. Even though I know styles make fights, whatever, and Colby has, pushes more of a pace and whatever, and it's a little more in your face than Usman, but Colby is the favorite. Huh? Over Leon, who I thought looked pretty good. Now, let's get to the fight. Enough of the Colby stuff. Leon versus Usman. I doubled down on Usman. It was a live bet. I had no money on him. Again, all the shows I went on, I picked Usman, but I expressed my pause, and I kind of ignored that right before the main event hit. I went $177 on him, 1.7 units. I said, fuck it, lay it, let's go, boom. And yeah, that one fell to the wayside on me right there. But it was a close fight. I thought he lost. I did. There's some fights on this card where I thought the judges got it wrong. This one, with the point deduction and everything, Kamaru looked a little slow to me. I tweeted that out. I thought he looked very slow. He did look timid at times. He was playing it safe and playing it smart. I get that. But every time he did try to go into Leon's space to get that clinch, to get the takedown, he did get hit with something, right? The leg kicks, body kicks were working, and then Leon fought the hands very well. Really only one true takedown where Kamaru was on top. He got taken down 4 times, but one true one where he got taken down. He got ripped down with that single. I think it was the second or third round. I can't remember. Maybe the third round when the point got taken away. And then obviously the egregious cage grab, which should have been taking a point away, which I'm glad Herb did that because that was bad, right? But I thought Leon landed the cleaner shots. I think round 1 was Leon's. Round 2 was very close. I think initially I scored it for Kamaru. Round 3, but let's just say for betting sakes or whatever, I think they scored it for Leon. Kamaru 10-8 round 2. Round 3. I thought he won round 3. I don't think it was a 9-9 round. I thought it was a 10-8 round for Kamaru. So now we're even. I thought Kamaru won the 4th and Leon won the 5th. I thought Leon won 3-2 with the 10-8. How are you going to get the scoring? It was a majority of the stage, and most people thought Leon won. Close fight. I just felt like Usman was off a little bit. There was no explosiveness. His takedowns looked a little labored, especially later in the fight where cardio's king for this guy. Didn't throw as many punches as I want him to. Obviously, his boxing's never been like the best, but he's been in your face enough to let him go. And, he lands his shots. He lands a good right hand. But with Leon, he was very tentative at times. Leon was setting up the kick great, kick to the legs, every which way of the legs, the body a lot, and then obviously was going to bring it upstairs through the high kick only a handful of times. Partially blocked at one time. One time it did get through, but Usman took a knee right to the chin early in the fight as well, and he stood up. Usman was a determined guy, but I just felt like he was missing some of the explosiveness, and some of what makes him great was I felt like when he was trying to mix it together with the boxing and the wrestling, it just wasn't there because Leon was so good on the feet and was like a sniper that he wasn't able to get off his shots to switch to a shot, to switch to a single, to switch to a double, because the shots on the feet weren't working because Usman was getting hit himself. I thought Leon Edwards looked really good here. I thought Usman just looked average, if I'm being completely honest with you. Close fight, right? It was these guys are always going to fight close. And I was confident in Usman because of the way the first fight went, the way the second fight went. I thought Usman's mental was going to really break through here, but I just felt like, I don't know if it was a game plan thing, if he froze in there or what it was, but I just felt like there were some openings for him to get a little more aggressive. I mean, Leon basically took the 4th round off, in my opinion, had some energy in the 5th round for sure, came out a little more aggressive, but in that 4th round, I felt like he took off a little bit, and I thought Kamaru could have had some real advantages there, but he just didn't really pull the trigger on it. So, I mean, listen, what do you do at 170? Kamaru says, hey, I'm not done. I'm sticking around, right? And he's sticking around at 170. So I think if they're going to fuck Bilal, which it sounds like they're going to do, if Bilal wants to sit out, he's earned it, but the UFC hates when people sit out. So the best thing for Bilal to do is fight Usman, because Shavkat's a problem. Shavkat Rahmanov's a problem. Usman's not jumping at that fight. But Bilal versus Usman, Usman goes, Bilal's the real number 1, right? Let Leon and Colby fight, if that's what's going to fucking happen, which I'm sick to my stomach about it, but that's what's going to happen. Give Bilal Colby. Give Bilal Usman. Usman, former champ forever, one of the best at 170. Bilal, 8 in a row, true number 1 contender. Let them fight. Usman goes, if I beat him, I'm right at the title. Especially if Colby wins, I'm right there. And if Bilal goes, hey, I got bad blood with all these guys. I've been calling Colby out for months. Bilal wanted to fight Colby in London. Colby turned it down. He'd rather weigh in for $25K instead of fight. But they're going to reward this guy with a fucking title shot. Another one. So what are we doing? Huh. So that's why I do a 170. You got some guys looking on the outside, unfortunately. You got Shavkat Rahmanov. You got Jack Della Maddalena, who's coming up fast. That motherfucker's coming fast. But yeah, that's a little bit of a logjam now at 170. I think Colby just needs to get out of there. I think he needs to fight. I think it's crazy. Then you got Gilbert Burns versus Masvidal. Masvidal, it's almost like when you remember when Bisping won the title, his first offense with Dan Henderson. Dan Henderson didn't earn that. Bisping goes, I've been here X amount of years. I'm a huge star in London or the UK. I want Dan in London. Right? Wasn't in London or Manchester. He's from Manchester, Bisping, but I want Dan in the UK. That's my first defense. And everyone's like, doesn't make sense. Dan's old, hasn't won anything, retired off that fight. But that's what Bisping called a shot. Now, if you're Leon, this is 12 in a row now, or whatever it is, and you obviously proved him to be a star. People backed you in London, right? You got big time cheers. I think this helped your profile. You can go, if George somehow beats Burns, you can go, all right, Masvidal, you're next in London. Let's go, because that's where it happened before. I doubt Masvidal is going to beat Gilbert Burns. Gilbert Burns is an animal, but there's a lot of guys at 170. Very interesting weight class. All right, co-main event. Couldn't have been more wrong. Couldn't have been more wrong on this co-main event. So I thought Gaethje was washed. I believe I said those myself. I thought he was chinny. I thought a lot of bad things. The guy took every fucking shot. Every knee, every punch, every glancing kick he took. No problem. Looked a little bigger to me. Sized up. Gaethje's never been the biggest 55. His back looked pretty big to me. Did not slow down. Gaethje always slows down a little bit in fights. Even 3-round fights. There's that third round where he at the end of the fight, there's a little bit of slowness there. He was still snappy at the end of that fight, man. He lost that first round. Second round was super close if you look at the strikes totals. Fiziev outlanded him, but Gaethje landed the hardest strikes and then butchered him in that third round, right? So I was dead wrong. I mean, for all those people that took, like Christian, who tripled, doubled down on Gaethje, I was on Fiziev. I was confident. I said it was an easy fight to pick. And Fiziev showed some dog in him. So showed some dog. His eye is a mess, right? And he's got those flashy kicks and strikes. But the one thing that Fiziev did was he kept getting into the clinch. And Fiziev like, hey, I'm a Muay Thai guy, right? I love the clinch. Give me some knees, get the plum, give me some elbows. Gaethje goes, this is where I live, babe. This is where I live. And Gaethje's cardio impressed me. His speed stayed through the whole fight. He was slow the entire fight. Fiziev was one of the fastest guys at 55. But Gaethje still had that quickness and timing with them. If you gas, that quick twitch muscle goes. That's the first thing that goes. Your quick twitch muscle, boom, gone, right? Gaethje was in shape. Gaethje was ready for this fight. So yeah, another classic one fight of the night. Amazing performance by Gaethje. A little embarrassed how I said this was easy. I went on 4 shows this week, including this one you're watching, and said it was easy. And so I think I need some kind of punishment. So write in the comments what you think I need to do. Nothing crazy, right? Okay, I'm a 36-year-old man with a real job, right? I can't do anything like face tattoos or anything. I can't do any of that, boys. But if you got something, maybe I should do it because such a bad read on my part. And then the one thing that bothers me the most, boys, is I said the word easy. I said it came easy to me. And then I also doubled down. I did a Luca Fury, and I said, yeah, well, that's scaring me. I kind of doubled down to backtrack myself. But the truth is, I loaded up on the Green Hammer. We're 3-0 in the year. Now we're 3-1. And goddamn, a big swing and a miss with the Green Hammer. That's for sure. We'll rebound next week. But yeah, that was ugly. Didn't love that. All right, then we got Gunny Nelson, Ryan Marina. Gunny Nelson just cut through him like butter. First round submission, cha-ching. Leg of the slime, final leg of the slime ball, cha-ching. So a couple hits there. Gunny looks good. Want to see him more active. Said he likes coaching better than fighting. He's 34. Looked to be incredible shape. And just took his time and looked amazing on top. Really did. His takedowns look good too. Jennifer Maia looked great against Casey O'Neill. Casey O'Neill's got that true just fighter grit in her. Jennifer Maia too. Maia, that third round she wasn't gassy or anything, but Casey O'Neill was really coming after her. And I think the reads and everything Maia was giving out was starting to get exploited in that third round by Casey O'Neill. Knee held up great. No takedowns given up by Casey O'Neill. And that what I thought was going to be the problem. I did not think Jennifer Maia was going to win this on the feet. But my only dog hit, and I didn't bet it because I'm a fucking idiot. And I know chicks, and I didn't bet it, man. But yes, the only dog hit on the card. Then we got Martin Vettori versus Roman Dolidze, and I'm glad we brought this up. Okay, I'm glad this was the next fight. First fight of the night. First fight of the main card. Excuse me. I mean, Roman Dolidze won this fight. I mean, you know what I mean? He won this fight. I don't know how you don't think he won this fight. He won the first round. He dog walked Marv in the first round. Those little slapping leg kicks on a big giant Georgian dude, like that ain't doing shit. Second round was close. Third round was close. But I thought Dolidze won 1 and 3 easy. There could be even an argument. I give 30-27 to Delite. There could be an argument for that. Okay. Let's pull up the stats. Let's pull up the stats. I just need to pull up the stats for a second here. Let's pull up the stats. Okay. So Marvin Vettori went 1-0. Hold on, here we go. All right. So round one. Okay. You got to factor in leg kicks, right? Marvin Vettori landed 38 out of 40 leg kicks. Roman Delite landed. Okay, well, the numbers are not on my side here. Damn it. 106. Okay, so the numbers aren't on my side. I thought I was going to pull up. This is embarrassing. I thought I was going to pull up UFC stats and the numbers were going to be on my side. They are not. They are Marvin Vettori's side. So maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I got to rewatch it. That's a better thing. I'm going to rewatch it. Right now, I think Roman Delite won that fight. But the stats are saying that Marvin Vettori won the fight. A lot of leg kicks, which do count. I'm embarrassed because now I got to rewatch it. I don't know if I didn't really love that fight, if I'm being honest with you, but I have to rewatch it. Fuck it. All right. I thought Delite won. Okay, so that was the one bad judging. A lot of people are complaining about the main event. I have no problem with Rocky winning the main event. I had a problem with that fight. Jack Shore versus Makwan Amirkhani. Jack Shore looked fantastic. Drop round one. His corner, his dad goes, I didn't get to hear the audio, but basically just tore into him with that great English accent. What are you doing? You know, I can't do it or whatever. Comes out round two, looks like a different fighter. Not to mention Amir Khani banged the chick in between rounds. I mean, the guy gets it in, right? He bangs the chick, so he's cardio's done, toasted, gets smoked out. Did not see a finish, but my guy Christian did. Christian picked second round finish, and I should have played it. I even made a mental note to play it. I didn't play it. I'm a fucking bozo. Hopefully people out there played it, and Gaethje as well. You guys would have had a good night, unless you're this idiot who did not have a good night. Next up, Chris Duncan versus Omar Morales. If you would have told me, put a gun in my head, be like, Brian, what's one fight that's not going to be boring? This is probably the one I would say. Wasn't the great Chris Duncan wrestled? I know that's not making Dana happy. Got hurt in the first round. First round was pretty good, and the rest of it just kind of stunk. Chris Duncan won a decision. Sam Patterson, also known as the English James Vick, got smoked by Yanel Ashmos. A lot of people love Sam Patterson in that UK scene. He trains at John Gooden's gym. People in the UK love this guy. People who've trained with him was like, this guy's the real deal. He's very confident, very, almost to the borderline arrogant. But he ain't got no chin, man. I mean, you went for a shot, fell back. He caught you with a left hook as you're falling down. You're dead. Then he gets on top of you and just kills you. You don't know where you are for a week. You're trying to fight Goddard and stuff like that. Tall, skinny guys that cut dramatic amount of weight that are thin like this, a lot of them don't have the best chin. It's just proven. You're not built like a guy who has a great chin. You have great attributes for that division. You're long, right? You good on the ground, long arms, long legs. You're gonna be taller than everybody. All this stuff, but I mean, tall, skinny dudes they just don't got the chin. Most of them don't. And I was gonna fade Sam Patterson. I said on the podcast, I said this dude's a fade at some point because people love him, and he was pretty high here. I didn't think Yanel was gonna be the guy. Yanel was the guy. I was wrong. Now we'll see how he matches up because I still don't think he's all that good. He's powerful, right? We'll see who they throw him in there next. But yeah, swing and a miss. Muhammad Mokaev versus Jahel Filio. Mokaev's knee, man. Impressive toughness from a 22-year-old. I thought it was kind of a lackluster fight. He completely took the second round off and then goes out there and gets his knee ripped and then finishes the fight. I had him by submission, so props to that young man, 22 years old. Talk your shit. He's going to be a tough guy to beat. I mean, I don't know how you beat that guy with that wrestling, with that toughness, with that heart. That's a scary dude. Lerone Murphy versus Gabriel Santos. Another fight I want to talk to you about. All right, here we go. Can we talk about this? This one I'm more serious about. Gabriel Santos won this fight. Okay, I had him as a dog money. Green colored glasses, call me, sure. I had him for money. Let me look at the UFC stats to make sure I'm not green color glasses here. Okay, so Lerone Murphy outstruck him 93-69. Mostly headshots. Gabriel Santos landed 3 of 15 of the legs, 14 of 15 in the clinch. They didn't give Gabriel Santos a sub attempt, which I think is completely bullshit, but Gabriel Santos landed 5 takedowns. I know we're in the era, where takedowns don't matter, and you got it. Those takedowns were so beautiful. And then he almost had an armbar at the end of the round to not give him a sub attempt. He had his back. Come on. 5 takedowns means something, babe. It means something. Lerone impressed me, though. I didn't think he could go a high pace. Gabriel Santos impressed me a little more. Debut, short notice. Lerone's knocking everyone out. He stayed in his face. Didn't get wobbled or anything. And Lerone's a guy who I thought maybe would gas because he's so low volume. And he did not gas. He looked good in that third round and had to get up from bottom, which is super tiring. But I thought Santos won that fight, boys. I thought it was close. You're not going to hear the R word from me very often. So I'm not going to say it. But that was close. All right, next up, Christian Leroy Duncan versus Dusko Todorovic. I switched my slime ball with Fiziev and Christian Leroy Duncan, which saved me. Leroy looked athletic, looked quick. Sucks Dusko knee went out. Small sample size. Hopefully they can rebook him soon because I do think this kid's really good. He looked good. His body language looked good. He was just the way he moves is very interesting. I want to see more of him before I comment. Jake Hadley looked amazing. That body shot over Malcolm Gordon, he's really starting to find his own. I know he called out Mokaev. Mokaev says, I'm not fighting this guy. He called him a crackhead. He's like, I'm not fighting down. So they almost got in a fight at the hotel. Craziness. Hadley's a star. Mokaev's a star. Let's not rush that one. I want to see it. That could main event a fight night London for sure. And I want to see it because both those guys I think are super exciting and that'd be a really fun fight. Joe Wood versus Luana Carolina, swing and a miss here. Joe Wood showed incredible heart and toughness. Very close fight. Dog fight, in my opinion. And in that third round, I think it was 1-1, maybe 2-0 Joe, but let's just say 1-1 going to that third. Third round was very close. Luana, eyes fucked. Joe's eyes a little fucked. In that third round, Joe just let it loose, especially in the final minute. It was cracking her. Won her that round. Won her the fight, in my opinion. She looked fantastic. Did not look like someone that was ready to retire. And she's as sweet as they come. Jai Herbert versus Luva Klein, draw. This fight was just okay. I'm glad I passed on it. I didn't know what to expect. No, actually, I didn't pass on this. I hit Jai Herbert, same game parlay. Jai Herbert over 10 strikes in the first round, significant strikes. And then I had Luva Klein landing over 35 the entire fight. And then Luva Klein having the most takedowns, which he did. So I did hit on that. Average fight, draw. Don't need to see it again. Jai Herbert looked a little more durable than he has in the past, so that's good. And then we got Veronica Machado, a.k.a. Hardy, going out there like a dog, plus 350 underdog, just smacking up Juliana Miller, who must have had a bet with a friend that I'm not going to put my chin down the entire fight. I'm just going to go forward with my chin up, and let's just prank her. Let's just see how it goes. I promise I didn't make myself cough at my own lame joke. I got kids. When they get sniffles, I get sniffles. All right. So pick them this week. It's just going to be me in this face. Ding. We're going to do Sandhagen, Vera. You want to preview the card? We're 33 minutes. I got enough time here. Let's just kind of preview the card of what we're going. Should I even go? I'm not going to go to Tapology because it's going to fuck me up, man. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Tapology. All right, here we go. Is that the entire card? Yeah, okay. We got Haley Cohen. Rematch versus, or not a rematch, Haley Cowan, the girl from Baylor, gymnast, field hockey, whatever she is, versus Tamir Vidal, Victor Altamirano versus Vincia Salvatore. Vincia Salvatore is my mortal lock heading into Columbus. Fight didn't happen. Getting rebooked here. Love it. Manuel Torres was Trey Ogden. Trey Ogden, I believe, took over as the head coaching out in Kansas City under James Krause. I think that's like his gym now, I believe. Maybe I'm wrong. Good grappler, been around forever. We'll see how that fight checks out. CJ Vergara versus Daniel Lasardo. Nice little scrap. Chevin Giles versus Preston Parson. Steven Peterson versus Lucas Alexander. That's going to be wild. Steven Peterson has got that Superman tattoo on his chest. He don't give a fuck. Daniel Pineda coming back after a while versus Tucker Lutz. You got to have Nugger Tuts or Tugger Nut. There's got to be a nuts joke in your name, Tucker Lutz. I'm sorry. Don't know where he's from. I think let's see. Because Tucker Lutz sounds so like Texan, Oklahomian. It doesn't say. I'm on UFC stats right now. It doesn't say where he's from, but I got him. Now I got to figure it out because I'm going to go to Tapology. Don't crash my computer because I got to know where Tucker Lutz is from, man. Maryland, damn, way off. I thought this dude was a Oklahoma Sooner boy or Texas boy with that name Tucker Lux. Baltimore, Maryland, huh? All right, old Baltimore. Chidi Inchukwani versus Albert Durev. Interesting fight. Durev, very good grappler, ain't got a chin. Chidi got big power, no grappling. Alex Perez versus Manel Kopp. Huge on Manel Kopp. Alex Perez is a big test for him. Very interested in that. Macy Barber coming back versus Andrea Lee. Good matchup for him, in my opinion. And then the people's main event, baby. Nate the Train Landwehr versus Austin Lingo. Lingo stepping in after Ramos missed weight last week, 2 weeks ago. Holly Holm versus Yano Santos, also known as Yana Kutsukaya, co-main event. I mean, is Holly Holm just always going to be co-main event, main event, and she's not an exciting fighter anymore. Listen, I respect you, Holly Holm. You're 41 years old. But, when's the last time she finished somebody? Quick, anybody know? So, lost the split to Caitlin Vera. Decision win over Irene Donna. Decision win over Raquel Pennington. Lost to Amanda Nunes where she got finished. Beat Megan Anderson. Didn't get a finish. She knocked out Beth Correa. Beth Correa. She knocked out Beth Correa in 2017. And we're putting her on co-main event still. Unbelievable. And then the main event. Chef's kiss. Marlon Vera versus Corey Sandhagen. Unfreaking believable. All right, that's it. That's the show. Brian Petrie, MMA on all social medias. MMA Takes Podcast for that merch. Not wearing any. This is my MMA Jam shirt. Yeah, that's it, right? Anakin Florian Podcast on DraftKings. You want to see that? Go on MMA Fighting. This past week, I believe you go to the live videos. It's between the links with Mike Keck and Jed Medshoe. I had no idea what I was doing. I did not know it was a debate show, but whatever. Was on VSiN this weekend. I don't know if you're in Vegas. Go check that out. I think they have a YouTube. They shared a clip. I started following them on Twitter. I retweeted it. But your boy's kind of everywhere. You know what I mean? You're so probably sick and fucking tired of this face. I apologize. But that is the show. Thank you to every single person that watches, every single person that follows, every single person that comments. Thank you to you. And we need a winning week here. I know the slime ball won, so hopefully you played that and you played it smart, unlike me. I'm down a couple shekels, right? So I need to rebound, so I need to dial in. I had a really busy work week. I'm not going to complain. Not going to do it. Not going to make an excuse. Right? I was shitty. I fell short. I need to get better. That's it. Let's go.